So the first thing they're asking you to do in chapter 2 is to do estimates of the numbers. So if you had something like 8,675, you could round to the nearest hundred, you could round to the nearest thousands. Those are your two options. And they're saying that either one is fine. So if we round it to the nearest hundreds, well, this is how I round. I underline the hundredths digit, and then I go to the neighbor to the right, and I say 5 or more, let it soar, 4 or less, let it rest. This is a 5 or more, so this number is going to go to 8,700 if I was rounding to the hundredths. Now for 3,214, if I'm rounding to the hundredths, I'm going to underline my hundredths. I'm going to go to the right, and I'm going to say 5 or more, let it soar, 4 or less, let it rest. This is less, so this number stays the same, so it's 3,200. So my estimate is going to be about 11,900 or so, and that's just a guess, right? So 11,900 is my guess. If you were rounding to the thousands, you're going to underline the thousands place. You're going to go to the right, and you're going to say 5 or more, let it soar, 4 or less, let it rest. This is a 5 or more, so this turns to a 9,000. You're going to do the same thing here. We underline the 1,000 digits, and we say 5 or more, let it soar, 4 or less, let it rest. This is a let it rest, so it is 3,000. And so if we did that, it would be 12,000, which is close to 11,900. The next thing I'm going to do is just go over how to add these up. So if it said estimate, and do an estimate and then round, and then find the real answer, this is how we would find the real answer. So you would do 5 plus 4 is 9, 7 plus 1 is 8, 6 plus 2 is 8, and 8 plus 3 is 11. So now we have the real answer is 11,889. We have, when we round to the hundredths, our estimate is 11,900. And when we round it to the thousands, it was 12,000. So all of them are pretty close. So we can say for this one, this was a pretty good estimate. We were only just a little bit off. Here we were off about 1,000, and here not even. This one we were off just like 11, and this one we were only off like 110, 111. So these were really good. Sometimes our estimates are going to be a little further away, but it looks like they're going to give you the option of what you want to round to, just as long as you're kind of close. So then the next thing they talk about is how to round to the nearest 10,000s. So I'm going to underline the 10,000s digit, and I'm going to do the same exact thing. 5 or more, let it soar, 4 or less, let it rest. So this 2 turns into a 3, and it becomes 30,000. This one, 5 or more, let it soar, 4 or less, let it rest. This stays at a 10,000. And then I add those together, it's about 40,000. Now I'm going to find the real answer just to see how close I was. 8 plus 5 is 13, so I put the 1 here, I put the 3 here. 2 plus 1 is 3. 6 plus 6 is 12, I put the 2 here, I put the 1 here. 7 plus 1 is 8, plus 4 is 12, I put the 2 here, I put the 1 here. 2, 3, 4. So this one was 42,233, and our estimate was 40,000. So that's pretty good. That's pretty close. Now we're going to do subtraction. So suppose we had the same thing here, and it was 8,675 minus 3,214. I'm just going to do the same exact thing. If I was rounding to the hundredths, it would be 8,700 minus 3,200, and then I would find what the estimate was. It's about 5,500. Then I would round to my nearest thousands. This one would be 9,000 minus 3,000. That's about 6,000. and then I'm going to find the real answer. 5 minus 4 is 1. 7 minus 1 is 6. 6 minus 2 is 4. 8 minus 3 is 5. So we come up with 3 numbers here. We come up with 5,461, and we come up with 5,500 and 6,000. So these are all still pretty close. We're within about 550 of the real answer. And when you're talking about thousands, that's not bad. So that is what you are doing for your next section for math. Okay, I was going to go over, Jack, can you see me, honey?
Yeah, just my camera's really weird.
Okay.
It's blurry and stuff.
Okay, is it better?
Yeah, it just was fixing it.
Okay, so Mom sent me a picture. I asked her to send a picture of your paper that we wrote together last time. So I went to the store, period. I had birthday money from my grandma, period. I bought Legos, period. I got a pirate Lego set, period. I put it together with my brother, so we need a capital right here because it's the beginning of a sentence and because I always gets capitalized. And then we need a period right here. I can't tell if you put a period there or not, but that does need a period. After my brother.
I think, yeah, I did.
Okay, and then the next sentence, I love Legos. This needs to be capitalized and love is not capitalized. So I love Legos, period. And Legos is capitalized because it is a proper noun. I don't know what this says.
What says?
I don't know what this says. I ate lunchtime?
Yeah.
So I ate lunchtime? What were you meaning to say?
I meant to say I ate lunch.
Okay, so we need a capital I. Ate is A-T-E. And then lunch is lunch. And then I don't know what the time is. But if you were just trying to say I ate lunch, then we'd put a period here. We'd cross out time. I'm not sure what that is. I went to the park. Is that what that says? I went to the park with my sister, maybe?
No, I think it says I went to the pool and ate lunch.
Oh, I went to the pool. Okay, so I went to the pool and ate lunch with my family, maybe. Okay, so suppose that's what it says. Then we do a period. And then we swam after lunch, period. We dived, lowercase d, into the pool, period. We got out and dried off, period. We left and went home, period. I like to swim, period. Then capital I had fun, period. Okay. I played on my iPad, so we do a capital, and then this weekend, period. And then it says I played games, but there's no I, so I'm going to put that in. I, lowercase p, played games, period. I don't know what this says, but I played... Is there a game that you play, like...
I don't know, I can't really see it, the paper.
Oh.
There's a glare.
There we go. I played something... Tune? Something? I don't know. I don't know what it says, but suppose you played a game. You would say, I played League 1. I don't know what your game is, but you would capitalize the name of the game, and then you'd put a period. And then we have a capital I, lowercase like, to watch YouTube. And then YouTube actually gets capitalized because it is a proper noun. It is the name of a company. And so you capitalize the Y and you capitalize the T. People, P-E-O-P-L-E, play Fortnite. F gets capitalized. And I think it's all one word. So I think if it's all one word, you spell it like that. If it's two words, then you would do fort and then night. But I think it's one word.
It's one word.
Okay. Period. You have to remember to put your periods, and then as soon as you do the next sentence, or if you have an I, it always has to be capitalized. Never in a million years will you ever write the word I not capitalized. It always gets capitalized, whether it's at the beginning of a sentence or not. And then I was bored. I don't know if it says bored, but I'm going to go with bored.
I think it does, yeah.
So I was bored, period. My favorite part was playing Xbox, and X gets capitalized because it is the name of a specific type of video game. So then you do with a period. So there is nothing that I can tell you to do except you have to always start every sentence with a capital, and you have to end every sentence with a period most of the time, sometimes a question mark, but you just have to get into the habit of doing that, Jack, every single time. At 4th grade, we need to be able to do that 100% of the time. So you're going to walk me through. We are going to write something else. So what would you like to write about today? Let me get this out of the glare. What's a good topic? Maybe something you did this weekend.
Something we did this weekend. We didn't really do too much, but we went out to, I'm not really sure where it is, but we went to a restaurant